guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Bella. I'm a part-time reseller on eBay and Poshmark. I have my what sold from over the long weekend, a lot of stuff going out, and I've got some great news. Poshmark is back in business, okay? At least for me it is. I've had very many days already this month in October where Poshmark was literally doing nothing for me. And over the weekend, I just said, we are moving some things out, fingers crossed. And the good news is it was pretty much equal, at least in dollar amount. And I will tell you at the end of the video how much profit I made. In dollar amount, they were pretty much equal. So it's been a long time since that's happened. I'm really excited to share everything that's sold. A lot of this stuff is pretty fast moving sales. Some items that I've had for quite a while too. So we've got a nice mix of everything in here. Let's get started. I'm really excited. It has been ages since I sold a bundle on Poshmark, and that's what we're gonna start off with here. This is, I actually just picked this up last week. This is Talbot's plus size top. You can see there. It's got a little bit of a shimmer to it. I'm not sure if you can tell that or not. I got this at the Salvation Army. Actually, all three of these items that are in this bundle, I got at the Salvation Army. I think we had somebody in our area donate like every plus size Talbot's piece in their collection, or they were just unloading some things because I have been up there now 2 weeks in a row and there's been a ton of it. And I don't even know that they worked their way through it all. I'm hoping to go back tomorrow and get some more plus size Talbots. So this, to say, like, I had this bundle listed around, it was going to be with the 15% offer. I was going to, I think it was going to sell for around 80. So I did, and I put out a question on Facebook. If you guys aren't following me there, it's Hyper Focus Thrift on Facebook. I am much more frequently posting there now as opposed to my 2 to 3 videos a week on YouTube, just kind of keeping up with everybody. I love doing that. So follow me over there too so we can connect. They sent me an offer. I had a lady sent me an offer for $50 for these 3 items. And I was really torn about it. I initially was going to counter and I went back and forth. I ultimately did accept her $50 offer. Now, all 3 of these items I've only had for 2 weeks. So I decided to accept the offer because I was clearing space out. These actually, these, I have sweaters and a sweatshirt. They're taking up a lot of space, and my profit almost pretty much $28. So I was pretty happy with that. I didn't want to, rock the boat and, get too greedy about it. As you guys know, it's, a long-standing thing with both eBay and Poshmark. You get these offers, and I didn't consider this offer like unreasonable. So I was pretty happy to be flipping my items that quickly within 2 weeks and making almost $30 profit. This is T by Talbot. So this is just another one of their brands or lines within the brand of Talbots. I don't know, T by Talbots, this was the only T by Talbots top that I got. I don't always pick up T by Talbots. Because this was plus size, it's definitely, I feel like, sold faster, so I like that. But sometimes there's stuff, that line for me in particular just sits. But this was really cute too. This is also Talbot's 2X. It's got floral and really cute butterflies and things like that. So, a lot of times you'll hear resellers, want to counter or, not sure, am I selling myself short? Well, I'll tell you that the times that I've countered in the past don't always work out. I don't find a lot of people come back and purchase the items. That's not to say that you shouldn't hold out for items, that you paid up for, that you definitely feel like you could get more for. But I you know, I'm not gonna lie, I hem-hawed about it. I went back and forth, should I? But I decided to. And also another factor that played into this was with the Poshmark sale here with the bundle deal is Poshmark has been so slow for me. I'm really excited, and hopefully I'll have it up and running here by my next video, that I am gonna give Nifty AI a try. I've heard a lot of really, really good, and you're watching me like shove this in here. Da, da, da. That's what I like about clothing though, because you can really just put it in and, you know, seal it up and it'll get there. And but anyways, Nifty AI there's a lot of resellers out there using it. I'm hearing a lot of good things about it, and I have been pretty much exclusively using Posher VA and List Perfectly for probably about 3 years now. Using Nifty AI, and let me know if you're using Nifty. I really would like some more feedback on it. It takes a lot for me to change, to make changes in my reselling business. You know, change is good typically, but I have been thinking about Nifty for a long time. They have a 7-day free trial, and I'm hoping that the ultimate goal here is I'll save myself probably about $10 a month by switching to Nifty. I believe the option or the tier that I would like to try is around $70 a month, and I'm looking at around $80 a month right now with my other platforms. So yeah, I intend to give it a try. I'll let you guys know what happens with it. I'm not sure how it's gonna go, but we'll give it a whirl and see how it goes. This is LL Bean's signature, and I did also post about this on Facebook. This is gorgeous. I hope that it's showing the amount of detail. I love this sweater. I really need 0 sweaters anymore for myself, but I went back and forth. Like, should I wear this first and then list it? It is the LL Bean signature collection, which I believe is just like a nicer, you know, an upper tier of their brand. This had a lot of watchers right off the bat, and this is another example of, I was hoping to get a little bit more for this. I assumed it would sell in the $30 range. This sold on Poshmark. So on Sundays, I do send out about a 40% offer from my store. And if you are on Poshmark at all, they do on Sundays and now Thursdays. It used to be Fridays. They offer the closet clear out. Well, they'll offer a discount price to your buyers for discounted shipping. And I try to take advantage of that. And this is an example of that. This was a newer item I did put in my store. I could have probably just put this as in, you know, any items I've listed within the last 3 days, please don't clearance them or, you know, 40% off sale them. This did go in that 40% off sale. It sold for $23. My estimated profit, $14.40. I am happy with that. This was an extremely fast flip. I believe this sold 2 or 3, either Saturday or Sunday. So I picked it up on Wednesday at the Salvation Army. I knew it would sell quickly. It was just so beautiful. I hope I find another one. And I've mentioned before, we recently got an LL Bean in my area, and I'm just hoping that they start donating everything, you know, like they just donate, you know, end of the season clearance that they can't sell. I have no idea if that's what they do. I assume that some stores do that. Let me know if you guys have any experience with that. I always wonder, like, when I find new with tags stuff, like a lot of it, I'm like, what's going on here? Or clearly things that maybe the tag was just ripped off and put on their sales floor. I always wonder, I'm like, somebody's doing something here. Are they donating this to the Salvation Army? I don't know. And it's typically, for me, I find it at the Salvation Army versus like the Goodwill. So, okay. I am still waiting on some bags from Poshmark. So you are going to see me just using my own bags here. So what do we got next? Oh my gosh, so much stuff. Okay, these two. Now, I should have checked. I don't know if these came from the bins. These might have been a bins fine. These might have been $100. This is $100 MSRP Banana Republic. I actually sold, I had 2 of these. They sold super quickly. Are these could have been from a church sale. I am sorry, I do not remember. I know I have not had them long. I sold a pair on Friday. They did ship out Friday. And then this pair sold on Poshmark over the weekend. So I only had $1 into these. So they sold on Poshmark for $20. My estimated profit, $15. Very, very happy with that. I don't pick up a lot of Banana Republic. I only picked these up because they were $1 and they were a great size. They were size 16. I liked that. I liked that it's a bigger size, and they were new with tags. So I would have left these behind even for $1 if they weren't new with tags. These might have actually came from a church sale. I'm trying to be better about marking exactly every item where it came from, and I've been pretty good about it, but these 2 pairs of pants, I did not have it listed, but it said $1, which leads me to believe it was either a church rummage sale or a yard sale. So I'm leaning towards church rummage sale the more that I think about it. So this will be going out today. The post office is back open. And sometimes these long weekends, I just end up having so much stuff. I feel bad, but I know that other people do too. Like when they go there, I'm like, here's all my items. I'm like, but they're already tagged and you don't have to do anything special other than scan them. So this was also Poshmark. The other pair of Banana Republic pants sold on eBay. So that is Banana Republic is one of those brands that I would say even Rachel Zoe and Anne Klein pants, some of those, and I would say I don't know about Banana Republic. I don't think I've seen it at TJ Maxx and Marshalls, but Anne Klein and what else? Calvin Klein, things like that are sold frequently at Marshalls and things like that. I do come across them frequently, and if I find them with the Marshalls tag or something, I just kind of clip them right off and I just sell them. I think a lot of people, find a brand they like or go to Marshalls and they're like, oh, this is such a great deal. I'm going to pick up 3 pairs of these, and they never wear them and they end up in the thrift store or at a yard sale or whatever. So and I say it a lot. I love to keep new with tag items in my store when I can find it. And it's typically bread and butter brands. So that is a lot of what you will see I'm selling. This is Nick and Zoe. I have pretty good luck with cardigans with Nick and Zoe. I think I just got one last week and I listed it. I've had some very pretty ones as well. I don't find it very frequently. I love this. It's like a bohemian look. It's just really, I love bohemian look. That is my, one of my personal favorite looks. So this is linen blend. So this sold on eBay for $22.75. My estimated profit, $14.06. Pretty happy with that. We'll get this out today. But yeah, I highly recommend if you come across Nick and Zoe cardigans, probably more large, extra large. This one's an extra large. Definitely worth a look up. I had this one a couple of months, but this is the season where these kind of things are going to sell more frequently. Being sweater weather, we are finally kind of there, at least in my area. You'll get, we're getting these random days where it's a little bit it'll be 70, 75, but the mornings are really cold, 50 degrees. I'm taking my kids to school. What's funny is I have a son and a daughter, they're twins, and my daughter will go out the door in 50-degree weather in shorts and a shirt and not even care. My son, he'll be like, I need a long sleeve shirt, I need a jacket, I'm freezing. It's night and day. And I asked my daughter, I'm like, are you are you cold? And she's like, no, I just walk into the school. I'm not cold. So I don't know, two totally different kids, and they're definitely, you know, he wants to wear hoodies and sweatshirts, and she does too, but she wants to like, you know, extend the summer months, I feel like. So, yeah, you know what you know, twins, it doesn't matter, you know, they're totally different, completely different kids. We have one that loves arts, and she's in plays and does crafting and craft fairs, and my son is into football, soccer, anything sports related, basketball camps. Although I did ask him, I said, do you want to play basketball this winter? And he said, no, I don't think so. So he's sticking to soccer in the winter. This is a Madewell tunic, turtleneck. I really slowed down on Madewell, but now I'd say over the past month, I've sold probably, I'm going to use my little lint roller. I'd say over the last month, I've sold 3 to 4 items from Madewell. I would say, and I actually have another Madewell top in this video that I'm going to show you guys. I would say with Madewell, the bigger the better. I feel like I'm a broken record when I say that, but it's true. It sells faster. This came in a lot from a high-end consignment store that she'll put items beside for me or let me come in, and typically she'll charge me anywhere between $3 to $5 depending on how we work it out that day. So this Madewell top I've had probably since the beginning of the summer. I'm not surprised. This is a really thick, chunky sweater, so I'm not surprised it didn't sell until now. So it sold for $12. There was a little bit of shipping overage. So my estimated profit, $11.12. I have been trying to go back into my eBay listings and make sure my shipping is not too high. I do calculated shipping, but I've noticed some of my shirts and things, let me know if this is happening to you guys, like depending on where it's going, like Washington State for me is like way out there, and sometimes it's like $10 for a shirt for shipping. So I have been trying to go back in and make sure all my shipping is not like crazy astronomical for my buyers, but let me know if you've been experiencing that too as well. I'm hoping that I get it all figured out, and I'm trying to make sure like I'm weighing things before I list them. And generally when you've been doing this so long, you kind of know like, okay, this is going to weigh. And so a lot of times I do follow my instincts and I'm like, oh, I know what that's going to be. But you know, when I'm seeing like $10 for one shirt to ship, I'm like, that's not right. So, all right. Next up are these, I think this was also a Poshmark sale. These American Eagle jeans. They're very unique, as you can see. They've got cute little patches and things like that. There's American Eagle. I don't know. Let me know how you're doing with denim. I don't pick up anymore a ton of denim. Maybe I need to, and I have been going to the bins more frequently, and denim is everywhere there, and I find myself just kind of passing it up. But are you picking up more denim? I follow, what is it, Carrie at Home, and she has like a denim jeans store, and I think that's pretty much all she sells in her store. In this particular store, I think she has a shirt store as well, or did. And I slowed down on denim because it was not doing well for me. I was hanging on to denim. Maybe I was picking up the wrong denim. I don't know. I personally love American Eagle, but it does not sell for me. So because I was showing a little more love, I guess, to my Poshmark, and I wouldn't even say that I wasn't listing things on Poshmark. I was. It's just really over the weekend, it just showed up. I had not had, before the weekend, so I had not had one single Poshmark sale all of October. And then I finally got some sales, which is great. But just let me know your thoughts on denim. Does it have to be the right price? Are you looking for certain brands? Is there certain brands you won't even touch? Now, with like Levi's, when I first started reselling, I was picking up Levi's all the time. Didn't really matter. And I was like, oh, Levi's. Everybody knows Levi's. They're going to buy them. And I had so many Levi's sitting, like it was just horrible. So I slowed down. I think I just got a bad taste in my mouth about denim, and I just decided I wasn't doing it for a while. But it might be worth, you know, getting back into it again. Let me know what your experience with denim jeans are. So these sold on Poshmark for $15. These came from a church sale. I had them a while. That's again why I said like jeans sell eventually, I guess, but it takes a while. So my estimated profit, $11. Poshmark, I just love how they break everything down very easily, and it's easy for me to figure out it's easier for me to figure out my profit doing it from Poshmark versus eBay. So highly recommend Poshmark, and kudos to them for doing that. I recommend Poshmark today because I'm very happy that things are selling. Next week, if things don't sell, I may be like, oh, I'm done with Poshmark. Although, I think I am gonna start trying Depop as well. If I do this nifty AI, I think I wanna start with a little Depop. So if you guys are on Depop, let me know how you like it. Okay, this is the other Madewell top. I've had this forever. It is a size small. You know, there was a time that I would pick up Madewell and I would get so excited. I'm like, Madewell, yay. I don't have a Madewell store in my area, so it's very, very rare for me to come across it. But when I do, now I'm gonna pick it. I'm gonna look a little harder because, you know, everything does, in my opinion, honestly, and if you're a reseller, you've noticed this as well, a clothes reseller, everything does come full circle eventually. Things come back around. Things that were not selling, sell again. It's the same thing like with style. You know, I'm wearing flare American Eagle jeans now that I definitely would have wore in the 2000s, but everything like just kind of comes back. So, you know, if you have a brand that you loved picking up maybe a year or two ago, it's definitely worth going back and saying, oh, this is selling again. I should probably look into it. And that's what I do, especially going to the bins now that I'm trying to get to the bins between once and twice a month until the snow flies. That I think I went like 3 times. I have not been to the bins in almost 2 weeks, which I'm getting the itch. I don't know if I'm gonna go this week or next week, but I'm ready to go again. So I'm working through a church sale I went to on Friday. Everything was 50 cents. 50 cents for the clothes. The shoes were $1. I got 2 pairs of shoes, but I mean, I think I spent $26 there. It was insane, but church sales, highly recommend those. Okay, so the Madewell top that I've had forever and ever and ever sold for $17. My estimated profit, $12.60. Another win for Poshmark. We are back. Okay, this is a brand that you should definitely remember if you come across it when you are out thrifting, and you can get it for a good deal because these bags sell very well. So this is Bellaroy. I had one personally that I sold about 2 months ago, and it sold for, I think I profited like $40. So typically when something is mine, I just go back and I've gotten wear out of it and I've used it. When it comes to my reselling business, I just put it as profit for, you know, like if it sold for say 50 and I made 40, I said 40. So I picked this up. It did end up costing me $3, which is not bad, but this one's a little bit smaller than my other one. So it sold for $26. If you find the bigger ones of these, like with more compartments, this one is pretty small. They can go anywhere from $40 to $80. This one being smaller, I did do a little bit of cosmetic rehab to it. I love using Dawn spray power wash, and I just let it soak for, it doesn't even really have to soak that long. I got some kind of a grease stain out of this because this is like a ashy gray color, and highly recommend that. That should be one of like your top reseller items that you use to clean stuff. It works very well. And then I threw it in the washing machine and it came out like great. So this sold for $26. My estimated profit, $18.20. Had about $3 into this. And so yeah, if you come across these, the bigger the better, the more compartments the better. I think these are like men and women's type like crossbody bags. This is very lightweight. Is this eBay or Posh? This is eBay. Okay. Most of them catch a lot more money than this one does because this one was smaller. Okay. But yeah, keep your eye out for those. And I'm trying to find the bag. Okay. I'm like, what bag should I put this in? Hopefully I don't run out of bags. It is time to reorder bags for me. A good time maybe for you guys to all check your items, see, do I need new bags? Because we're coming in, I guess we are in Q4, and sometimes, things sell out, not typically on Amazon. And that's what I really love about Amazon is when you're in business for yourself, every dollar matters. And I don't order bags literally until I'm down to like 5 bags because, it comes so quickly. Anywhere for the most part, if you have Amazon Prime, you can get it so quickly so you don't have to worry about, being, oh, it's going to take a week. Not on Amazon. So, okay, this Fossil bag, I put Y2K in the listing. It's a suede, really nice crossbody. I found this at a yard sale. A lady did not have, I always like to check it out. I'm like, did I forget anything? I don't see anything, but she didn't have a price on it. I was like, how much would you like for this? Fossil bags are usually a good pickup. I spent 50 cents on this, so this was definitely a good pickup. And it's got does it have an adjustable strap? Really nice. Love it. Okay, so the Fossil bag sold for $18. My estimated profit after fees, cost of goods, and this was an eBay sale as well, is $16.30. So I've been trying to get more into bags because, like handbags, and learning more about handbags because there's a lot of profit in handbags. Not to say like, I don't really want to get into like Coach bags or Louis Vuitton or anything that I have to like check the authenticity of because it's just, it's a lot and there's a lot of fakes out there. I say that, but if the right item came across, I probably would. But, just overall, I try to, Fossil bags are good pickups. I picked up any genuine leather bags are probably a good pickup. I did pick up one this weekend. It was a brand, I think it was called Cannon Creek Clothing Company. In excellent shape, 100% leather. I had never heard of it before, and the comps that I was seeing on eBay was anywhere between $35 and $45 sold comps. So just, those vintage bags, this is vintage, older bags that people can't get anymore. Brands they like, this is just suede, but it did pretty well. And I have had this since probably early July, but for 50 cents, I will pick up Fossil for 50 cents all day long. And there's, Fossil has so many different types of bags. I really like it. I do like picking up this, what else do I like? Bagolini, I like picking that up. Those sell really well because they have like that anti-theft stuff in a lot of them where like, I don't know, stuff won't get stolen. I don't even understand that, the RFI or something. And what else? I do like to pick up the sack, although those will sit sometimes. I also like to pick up sack root bags, like unique ones. I'm a bag girl. I like bags, so I enjoy picking up bags. And so I just keep telling myself, I gotta like keep looking more at bags when I go places. I feel like church sales are a good place. Yard sales are also a good place. I couldn't believe that Fossil bag, she only wanted 50 cents. She could have probably charged $5, but maybe she was over it. She just wanted it out of her house. I get that. I go through that too. Okay, here we are. This is a chaps medium dress. I got this for a great deal at a sale. My favorite winter thrift store, they were doing like $2 dresses. So this sold on, I believe this is eBay as well. This sold for $19.50. My estimated profit, $11.64. I've slowed down on picking up chaps. I've said that before. You know, I'm a sucker for a good dress sale. They do at my favorite winter thrift store typically do sales for dresses around the end of the seasons, like around the end of the summer. So I did hop right on that one. I'm happy to report it sold. I got a lot of nice dresses that day. Ralph Lauren. I think I got a few Ralph Lauren. I almost never turn down a Ralph Lauren dress. They always sell really quickly, you know, for the right price. I feel like I always say, for the right price, I'll get it all. Oh, the joys of being a reseller. I'll take that for the right price. Okay, so what do we got left? I have 3 more things. Thanks for hanging out and sticking with me. This is longer than usual, but here we go. So these Crocs sandals, I have mentioned before, I love Croc sandals. Typically, I like them with a little wedge. These are a size 8, so it's a great size. I just picked these up last Wednesday. So they sold over the weekend, really quick sale. Yes, it's October, but I sell Crocs sandals typically within 1 to 2 weeks, if it's the right size. I don't pick up like a 5 or a 6. 7s and above, I pick them up. I did pick up another pair of Croc sandals at the Salvation Army last week as well. They have like a little emblem on them. Those ones are like super great to pick up. They sell for more money, I think, just because maybe they don't look like Croc sandals as much. So yeah, Croc sandals all day long, especially yard sales. They'll have them for like $1. People love Crocs, and actually the fancier like looking ones, like I said, like the emblem, those go for even a lot more money and sell even faster. I was actually kind of surprised these sold so quickly. I figured I might be hanging on to them just because of the time of year, but nope, that's not the case. They are out the door today. So these sold on eBay for $23.40. My estimated profit, $12.19. Thank you, Crocs. I will pick them up even in the winter when the snow is flying, because it goes fast. Okay, next are these UGG slippers. I washed these. These were my daughter's. She wore them only for 1 season, but she wore them a lot like any preteen. So she's in the market now. I have to get her a new pair for, you know, fall and winter because her feet grew. Hopefully this will be the last, like, I think her feet are probably getting to the point where they're not going to grow as much. And, you know, I almost wanted to say, I think she got these as a Christmas gift. If it, you know, the video failed, so I have too much stuff on my iPhone apparently. So she's ready for a new pair. We sold these, and these sold for $38.35. Now I did wash these, so they're a little bit like, what's the word I'm looking for? They're just, I don't know, the washing, I'm not sure about washing Uggs. I might not have done it right, and I did put that in the description. They just look a little bit sad, but some girl I'm sure is gonna love these. So my estimated profit, $24.43, and I will go and buy her a new pair, and hopefully that'll be it for now for her needing, you know, new UGG slippers for the foreseeable future, because I think her feet are getting, like, she's like probably a 9 or a 10 now, which is like what I am. She's 11, so, but big feet run in my family. So like my niece is also, she's 12 and her feet are that size too. So, okay. And last but certainly not least is this. I loved this. It had a lot of watchers. Where is it now? I picked this up at the end of August. This is Knox Rose. I like Knox Rose. I really do. They have really cute stuff. Cute shirts, cute cardigans like this one. Look at how cute this is. So I'm not surprised that this finally sold. I did not make a big profit, friends, off of this. They use a coupon. I typically, I've said it before, I run a coupon in my store. I got this at a new to me thrift store that I'd never been to. Was very, very nice, but it ended up, my cost of goods at this thrift store was $4.30. So it was a little steep for me. I typically like to keep my cost of goods. Now, thrift stores, I'm finding that except for my favorite winter thrift store, because that one I do pretty well with cost of goods wise. I keep it around $3, I feel like. But Salvation Army and some other, like, I don't frequent my Goodwill in my area, but it's typically starting to hit around $4 for cost of goods in my area, even on half price day. So anyways, yeah, just gotta be careful when you're picking up the items. You know, I feel like a few years ago, it was typically like $3, but now, you know, everything's going up price-wise. So, okay, it sold for $21.45. They did use a coupon. It was on sale. So my estimated profit, $9.62. It did take about 6 weeks to sell. So, all right, everything else I'm gonna package everything up, get it off to the post office. I hope you guys enjoyed this style video today. I enjoyed doing this for you. I hope to do future ones possibly like this, kind of let you see how I'm wrapping things up. I know you couldn't totally see it, but this was better. I was trying to my kitchen table. I'm like, nah, I don't know. So if you enjoy videos like this, I put out about 2 to 5 videos per week, all about what's selling on eBay and Poshmark, what I'm picking up to sell, thrift trips, bins hauls, you know, and I'm going to be getting into more educational videos. So if you're just learning about thrifting, stay tuned, because I am going to talk a little bit more in a video about the bins and what to expect if you've never been there. So look for that video coming soon, probably later this week. And yeah, I hope you guys are subscribed. If you're not, please subscribe and like the video, share it with a friend, because thrifting is better with friends. I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye.